Okay, I'll repeat this at a little bit slower pace if you want me to walk you through step by step. Um, I'll just blow this away and we'll start off with create. Man, my computer is slow. We'll delete this out and I'll turn my grid on and I'll give you a tip first on how I created the profile. So I'll give you a tip. When I'm looking at a part, if I know, if I see the longest part of it, that's the part I'm going to create first to try and give me perspective. I see it's 5 inches and it's 3 inches. And I'm looking at this part and I know that this is a datum and this is a datum because these are my flat edges. I don't have a flat edge on the bottom to dimension up. So it's not uncommon for a datum to be on the top and on the left side or even on the right side. It all depends on what it's mating up to. What I would say is if you know you're going to build it starting from here and coming down because it's just easier to do it that way, work in the fourth quadrant. So you notice where I'm at in the location of the axis. So what I did was to start this, I went to profile and I went over 8 inches and down 1 inch because I can see this was down 1 inch. It was over 3 inches. This part is 5 inches wide. So just to give me perspective here, I went to profile and went to 8 inches over and 1 inch down in the Z direction. And what I did was I created a line 6 inches long. So I can see here in my length up here in this tool, it's telling me it's going to be 6 inches long. And then from there on out, I'll just have a perspective on how to create the next thing. And the trick is, hopefully you've learned in the prior exercises, what I'm doing is I click and hold, and it goes into a curve mode. So when I click and hold and drag the cursor, it goes into a curve mode. Okay, so I may have clicked a little bit too soon there. So let me make this a little bit bigger. Maybe come up to here, click and hold and drag your cursor here. Now the next one's a line, so I click and let go. Try it again. Let's come about here, click and drag box, and then let go. It turns it to a curve mode. Click and let go. It's in the line mode. And now I'm not gonna try and do the curves on the top. What I'm gonna do is just create a straight edge on the top and then go right to corner. And then I think actually it's a 1/2 inch corner is what it was over here. So I might as well just key in a 1/2 inch since I know that. And that puts me pretty close. Now what I do realize is this and this have to be tangent. So you want to go into your constraints dialog box and make sure, I missed the arc. You want to use your control button and make sure you get both the arc and the line. And I don't really care if it moves, I can just adjust that later. I'm going to go to the dialog box, set that tangent, and select OK. And the next thing is to put the holes in. So I'm going to use that point in that grid so that they'll be the same size. And I'm using the point so I know it's concentric to that arc. So you got to put your cursor on those points. I'm just creating circles, and then once that profile is done, we're ready to go ahead and do the constraints. I'll do that in the next demo.